Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for the second week of the new series of reading the Aten newsletter out loud so everyone can enjoy it, maybe through video format if they don't want to read it. This one's called, this is episode 57, Resources Are for Everyone, Confronting Greed and Tending to the Resources That Are Our Birthright. It starts with a quote, "But God has already given in abundance unto man. It is but man in his lack of love for one another that shares not the abundance that already is." Out of all the information in the archive, this quote lives rent-free in my head, and I've read some profound shit in the thousands of pages of material. I reflect on this quote often. It's like a Molotov cocktail of truth. It doesn't talk about aliens or deep mystical stuff, but maybe what it suggests is even more alarming, even more disturbing. It puts the onus completely on mankind for the challenges we face, the lack of resources and struggle of the common man. It doesn't beat around the bush. It says clearly that God has already given us everything we need to thrive and live joyous lives. It is only in our greed and selfishness that others don't have the resources they need. And that's a lot to chew on. We've awoken to this. Society is in the midst of a great wake-up call in regard to resource distribution. Even the most basic needs are becoming out of reach for many, and people are starting to get fed up. The narrative is scarcity, but scarcity is not an actual physical condition. As the quote says, God has already given in abundance unto man. Sufficiency is a baseline reality already built into the fabric of the earth, so it must be something else. Scarcity is a human invention, born from fear, greed, defense mechanisms, self-aggrandizement, and a collective refusal to operate with what is natural or what you might call natural law. The global marketplace is driven by a predatory focus. We are conditioned to treat business as a zero-sum landscape where we must hoard resources, looking over our shoulders in a constant state of alert. We operate under the belief that we must pull one over on each other to secure our footing, yet this survival-based behavior stems from imbalances housed within our foundational institutions. The archive diagnoses this ailment of corporate greed clearly. Here's another quote. "In what you call corporations, most corporations are motivated on fear, anger, and jealousy. They want what the other guy has. They are angry they don't have it, and they are afraid that the other guy will get there before they do, and they will no longer have a job." This defensive focus casts a paralyzing stronghold across society. When commerce operates entirely from a state of anxiety, it forces individuals to prioritize self-perpetuation over collective well-being. We have been taught to dam up our wealth rather than allowing it to circulate freely through the community. The archive warns against this stagnant accumulation using a stark material metaphor. And here's another quote. "Money can be a good thing, but hoarding it up isn't, shall we say. It's like a river. As long as you keep the river flowing, things are quite fine. You try to dam it up and try to keep it all to yourself, the next thing you know is you have a flood on your hands which can wash away all the topsoil and everything dies." When we block the current, we cause the very systems meant to sustain us to erode. The current financial depression is an outcome of these blocked flows, where greed acts as the primary destructive agent. We spend our lives working under the clock, accumulating paper assets, while misinterpreting the source of real stability. But true supply does not run on aggressive extraction. It operates like an open, continuous current. Quote, "There is the ocean. The ocean cares not if you go forth with it to get a small cup, or if you bring it a great face, for its abundance is continuous and unchanging." To step out of this predatory cycle, we must reclaim our original assignment on this plane meaning the earth plane or the world. We are here to act as caretakers of the earth's natural wealth, stepping away from top-heavy corporate models that drain the soil. The archive provides our true directive and purpose, and I quote, "Man in his highest form is as a gardener." And this can be confusing to the average person. What does it mean that mankind in its highest expression is as a gardener? It means that we are here to tend to the earth and grow its resources for the well-being of all, honoring what has been given, and then working together to make sure everyone benefits. Resources are not here for a few or the few. They are our birthright, not to be entitled to have, but that we all work with the resources in a way that makes sure they continue to be viable and available to all. It has been said that there is no greater law than to love thy God with all thy heart and mind, and neighbor as thyself. This is not a call to go to church or to subscribe to mainstream religion. It is a revelation of the reality we are already living in. Meaning, when we all thrive, we all thrive. Joy becomes a standard waking reality as we all have what we need to ascend from a joyless treadmill of survival into a state where we can focus on the aspirational, more altruistic, higher states of expression, like creativity, self-expression, a sense of greater peace and wholeness, and contemplation on the evolution of mankind into the shared wellness of brotherhood. So what this reveals is that there are some that do not want this. They are stuck in a hoarding, fearful mindset. They took it and sold it back to you in exchange for a life of servitude. And we are becoming aware of this, and many want to do something about it, but don't know where to start. And this is where the creative mind comes in. Not creative like art, but creative as in the ability to visualize, contemplate, and consider all the options before taking action. Like any big shift, this is going to take time. And where I believe tangible change can really start is in our homes and local small and mid-sized businesses. Business owners that say fuck it and try something new. What could this look like? It could be nonprofit and income-adjusted services that serve people, cooperatives, fierce sovereignty in our own homes. When things get too expensive, start making it yourselves. I make all of my food from scratch: pizzas, granola, bread, crackers, veggie meats, yogurt, kombucha, and a lot more. I grow basic veggies like lettuce, and it's actually very easy and way better for you. It's in the local businesses that we can extend this sovereignty out into the community. Things like tool and equipment sharing, nonprofit restaurants that nourish the community with prices based simply on actual market value, not greed that sucks the life out of a community. Farmers co-ops, even nonprofit housing, nonprofit medical care. It's all available and creates local jobs that feed back into the community. It's not rocket science to solve these problems. It's simply making the choice today and doing it. Income adjust services means changing your pricing for services depending on who you're providing the service to. For instance, in my 30 years of branding and marketing, I charge $110 an hour. But if someone's making $20 an hour, I'll charge them $20 an hour for my services. And if that sounds crazy, you might want to reflect on what you think why your value is higher than someone else's. This shit has got to stop. So anyway, the fear and hoarding has to be broken. How we see commerce and each other as more than a transaction, but our fellow man. Complaining will only get us so far. Get a cookbook. Realize how few ingredients you need to make a variety of foods. Grow some lettuce and make a sandwich or a salad. Brew your own kombucha or even your own alcohol. You literally just throw some sugar and tea in a bottle with a top on it and let it sit for 2 weeks, and you can save yourself hundreds of dollars. All of this can be done today. Generate your own energy. Make your own clothes. Fix your own house. Heck, build your own house. And if you have these skills, they can be of help to others. This is the mindset shift that is going to get us back to where we once belonged and put the smile back on all of our faces that has been gone way too long. So that's the end of the newsletter. I do have at the end, I said, if any of this inspires you, but you don't know where to start, reach out. I'm available at a sliding scale to help brand, market, consult on alternative business development, energy independence, building tiny homes, cooking, brewing, and overall living a sovereign life in general. You can reach me at the number 1 at atenray.com. That's 1 at atenray.com. I have 30 years background in brand development and business development and product development. I also, for years, have been doing kind of like sovereign lifestyle stuff. So just learning how to do everything from remodeling to metalwork to woodwork to solar to water to tiny homes to you name it. So if you're inspired, I do work at a sliding scale, and you can just reach out to me. I'll work with you at the rate that is comfortable for you, and that's fair, right? We're all human beings, we're all equal. So if you're inspired, say you might be a business owner and you want to kind of pivot your business a little bit, or if you want to create a new business, you want to develop things, you want to do a homestead, you want to do solar, whatever it might be, or just kind of for me to audit your current lifestyle and then see what I can do to kind of just help make minor adjustments that you can do daily that's not too dramatic. I can do all of that. So, we're at a time where there's great change, and it takes people like what I'm doing and other people to get inspired to start transforming the landscape of the environment we live in so we create more equity for everyone. At the end of the day, it's all about feeling that we're living our highest expression, and the joy that we're missing is the joy that is missing from other people, meaning that as other people grow and rise, we all rise together. So that's the new mindset. That's how we get the smile back. Thanks for joining me. You can reach my newsletter, or you can subscribe to the newsletter at atenray.beehive.com. So it's at Beehive, which is a newsletter website, atenray.beehive.com. Link below. Anyway, subscribe, share this. This is a movement that's important, and we need to get the message out there. I do have kind of a spiritual tinge to it, but it's very practical. It's just more about everyone taking care of each other and ourselves. That's spirituality. It shouldn't be an organized thing, I don't think, in my opinion. That's where things tend to get a little weird. So anyway, again, you can reach me at 1 at atenray.com if you're interested in me helping consult with you and what you can do either personally or through business to be a part of this movement. All right, thanks for joining me. All right, I'll see you next week.